Good afternoon. We're back with more Marvel Champions, and today we'll be testing out Spectrum, Monica Rambeau versus Ebony Maw on Expert difficulty. So let's shuffle the decks. And when revealed, each player discards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a spell card and put that card into their play area. There's a spell card, and that goes into the play area. After the last invocation counter is removed, discard it. Deal 2 damage to each character you control. That is going to happen when Ebony Maw activates 3 times. When revealed, each player discards from the top of the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded and puts it into play. So we start with 2 of those on Expert difficulty. Manipulation. After the last invocation counter is removed, discard Manipulation and 1 card at random from your hand, and you are confused. So Monica Rambeau has these 3 energy form upgrades. If there's a red border around it, it means it's face down. If I actually turn it face down, I won't be able to tell which is which, so I'm not going to do that, but there's no reason I would need to. After you change to this form, turn all your energy form upgrades face down or off. Let's draw our hand. Playing Leadership Monica Rambeau with Mighty Avengers. Band together, not very good without any allies on the table. Okay, let's get started. We'll go 1, 2, and 3 for Mighty Avengers. And we'll go 1, 2 for Kalu. Search the top 5 cards of the deck for an event. Gamma Blast or Photon Speed? We'll probably take Gamma Blast. And then shuffle your deck. Let's go ahead and flip to Spectrum. And then we choose a energy form, and we'll go with attack. So 1 damage to an enemy, and then we can attack for 3. Thwart for 1. Actually, he thwarts for 2. So do I want him to thwart, or would I rather he do 2 damage? I think I'd rather he do 2 damage. And then we'll draw 4. And when Ebony Maw activates, remove an invocation counter, and then he's going to attack. Against Kalu. Then we got 1 encounter card incoming, which is Master Plan. Not good. Okay, there's Landing Craft. It's got a when defeated effect. So, what do we want to do here? We've only got 1 thwart, so we're probably going to have to use Photon Speed. I'd really like to get out energy duplication. So we'll go Power in All of Us and Quinjet for energy duplication. We'll use that and Gamma Blast for Photon Speed and flip to Photon Energy form. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. And then we'll just deal 1 damage. And draw 5. So we got 1 threat, and we got 2 spells. So discard Manipulation and 1 card at random from hand. And we are confused. Then we have an attack from Ebony Maw, which will just face tank. 2 damage, and then 1 encounter card, which is Black Dwarf. Okay, well, no allies, unfortunately. I'll probably Speed of Light, though. Draw a card, change to attack form. Deal 1 damage. Drew a Photon Speed, which is not terribly helpful. We'll attack for 3. And I think I'll Speed of Light to defense form. And heal 1. Draw a card. Triskelion, okay. We'll play it. And draw 3. Alrighty, so 1 threat, and we got invocation counter, so that's going to deal 2 damage. 1 attack, which will be face tank. No, we'll defend the attack for 3, so defense is successful, and then we have to face tank this attack. And there's 1 encounter card incoming, which is Blood to Spare. When revealed, each minion engaged with a player activates against that player. Okay, so that's going to be 3 damage. Again. Ouch. Well, we can go Stinger. And I think we'll need to thwart, so we'll go Energy Duplication and Pulsar Shield for Photon Speed. Go to Photon Form, remove all the threat. We'll use Stinger to attack for 1, and I think we'll just flip to Alter Ego, power down, draw 5. There's some of the allies. So 1 threat and thwart for 2, 3, 4. Black Dwarf thwarts for 1, and we're into phase 2. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the deck. Discard until a spell is discarded and put it into play. Oh, that delays a boost icon coming in. Fireball. And then Black Dwarf is going to thwart for 1. For the hero phase, let's go ahead and heal for 3. Let's use 1, 2, 3 for White Tiger and draw 2 cards. I forgot Stinger should have attacked for 2, not 1. Which means I actually want to put 2 back and take out the Black Dwarf. Which would be much better. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Avengers Mansion. Draw a card. And we'll go attack for 1, 2, 3. And then we'll draw 3. Oh wait, I want to flip to, I think defense form. And heal for 1. Draw 1, 2, 3. So 1 threat, remove 1 invocation counter, 1 attack, which will go on Stinger. And then 1 encounter card. Manipulation, which surges. Advance, so he schemes for 2. And that's going to be him activating, so that should remove 1 invocation counter. For the hero phase, we'll draw a card. We'll go 2 for energy duplication number 2. We'll use that. We'll get out Squirrel Girl for 1 damage. We'll use Squirrel Girl for 2 damage. White Tiger for 3 thwart. Spectrum for 1 damage. We'll draw 3. So 1, and then that's going to discard a card from hand. Fireball's down to 1. We've got an attack coming, which will go on White Tiger. And an encounter card, which is Fireball, which surges. What's that going to do? 4 damage? Ouch. Channeling Trance, remove 1 invocation counter from each spell environment. It's going to be 4 damage. Which means I'm going to have to flip to Alter Ego this round. For the hero phase, we'll draw a card. We got Blade. Let's get Hawkeye into play. Girl Hawkeye. Let's get Blade into play. Let's get Rapid Response into play. Let's go Thwart for deal 3 damage. Thwart for 1, and we'll flip to Alter Ego form. Power down. Draw 6. So 1 threat, 1 scheme. For 5. 1 encounter card. Black Order Infantry. Okay. So, for the hero phase, we're going to have to heal. Avengers Mansion will draw a card. We can flip to defensive form and get 1 healing. Use Speed of Light, draw a card, and flip to attack form. Deal 1 damage. Could use Blade. Yeah, Blade can attack for 3 thanks to Mighty Avengers, and we can discard a Gamma Blast. We are going to owe an additional encounter card. So Blade attacks for 3, which gives the villain a tough status card. So Band Together is worth 3 resources right now. We'll use that for Gamma Blast. Now, let's use Squirrel Girl and retire her to remove the toughness. Let's exhaust Girl, Hawkeye, and discard Mighty Avengers to deal 1 damage, which will put Ebony Maw into phase 3. Which means bringing in another spell card. So we need 23 damage. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 for War Machine. And use him to thwart for 3. Yeah, I think that's all. That's all I can do. So draw 4. One threat. Invocations, 1 attack against Girl Hawkeye. And 1 encounter card. We got Gang Up for another attack. We'll put that on Blade. We got Rebel Storm, which surges. Super Giant, which quick strikes for 2. And stuns. I think the quick strike counts as an attack, right? For the hero phase, Avengers Mansion. I may need to heal here because I got a fireball coming. Well, I only have one ally right now. Let's go 1, 2, 3 for Gamma Blast. And deal 7 damage. We're in Gamma form already, so it's going to overkill by 2. But we've got to exhaust to remove the stun first, and I can't really do that because I need that action to heal. Oof. Well, we know the healing has to happen. So power down. Deal 2. Actually, we're just going to thwart for 3. And discard Pulsar Shield and draw 2. So we got 1 threat, we got 1 attack, or 1 thwart coming for 3, 4. And then 2 from the Super Giant, which is going to lose the game. We'll have to get reset and try again. Before we reset, I will say that this hero does not seem very strong to me, and the reason I think is that apart from these energy duplications, she really doesn't have any ramp or any way to get stronger over time. And you might say, well, that's ridiculous, look at all these cards, it's made her much stronger, but these are all basic or leadership cards. And there's nothing in her kit that makes specifically good use of them, except for the fact that she's an Avenger, but there's lots of other heroes that are Avengers. So this form switching thing, it makes her versatile, but versatile heroes are more multiplayer focused because they fill in gaps in what the team needs. Whereas in solo, and versatility almost always comes at the expense of power, and in solo we really need power. But Ebony Maw is not an outrageously difficult hero. At least it doesn't seem so, so probably Spectrum is capable of defeating her. But I will use Adam Warlock for the campaign for Mad Titan Shadow. Nonetheless, we will try one more time with Spectrum against Ebony Maw on expert difficulty. So let's get started and we'll try again. We got to start with 2 spells. And then, are we supposed to shuffle those cards back in again? Yep. Okay, here we go. This hand actually seems fine. We'll use it. We'll get started. What do these do? 2 damage. 4 damage. This Rebel Storm is AoE. Okay, so let's flip to Spectrum and activate Gamma for 1 damage. We'll use Power in All of Us for a Quinjet. Actually, I think at first we'll flip to Photon. Remove 1 threat, and then we'll Speed of Light to flip to Gamma. Deal 1 damage, draw a card. We'll use Power of Leadership, Squirrel Girl for Hawkeye. And attack for 1, attack for 3, and draw 4. 1 threat, 2 attack. We'll face tank that. Invocation counters, 4 attack total, and then 1 encounter card, which is Assault. Ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have mitigated 2 of it by being in defensive form, but otherwise there wasn't much I could do. So for the hero phase, we'll go Quinjet token. We'll go actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and Quinjet. No, you can't do it that way, right? It's got to be all or nothing with Quinjet. I may have to just go to Alter Ego here. We'll thwart for 1 with Hawkeye. We'll go to Alter Ego, power down, and heal. We'll use Photon Speed to get out the Triskelion. Strength to get our rapid response, and draw 5. There's our only ramp. So 1, and then a scheme for 3. And an encounter card, which is Pacification. And it surges into Agents of Thanos. Deal 1 damage to your hero for each spell. That eliminates all the healing we just did. For the hero phase, we got 1 on Quinjet. We'll go heal again. Flip to defense. Heal for 1. We'll use Power of Leadership for Girl Hawkeye. We'll go Rapid Response, Photon Speed for Energy Duplication. Attack for 2. And draw 4. 1 threat. Invocation. That's going to deal 2 damage and kill my allies. And we'll Rapid Response Hawkeye back with 1 damage. Then we have an encounter card coming. Well, we have an attack coming, which I'll exhaust to defend for 3. And then we got an encounter card coming, which is exhaust your identity and surge the Black Order. Okay. So we got 1 Quinjet token. Energy duplication number 2. Fireball's going to deal 4 damage. Speed of Light isn't really that helpful. I guess I'll Speed of Light to Photon form. Remove 1 threat and use Hawkeye to remove the other. Didn't want to discard Hawkeye. And that draws a card. I could use Quinjet here to get out White Tiger. Draw 2 cards. And White Tiger for 2 thwart. I don't have Mighty Avengers yet, so this is going a little worse than last game. I can flip to Alter Ego here, but I cannot heal this turn. Nonetheless, I think I will... No, I'm not going to flip to Alter Ego. Let's go 1 threat. Let's go attack on White Tiger. Invocation, invocation, 4 damage. Ouch. Attack on White Tiger, and 1 encounter card. Black Order Infantry. Okay. So for the hero phase, let's go with Giant Man. He's got 4 attack, so let's go ahead and take out the Black Order Infantry, add a toughness. And we'll flip to Alter Ego. Power down, heal. Draw 6. 1 threat. It's going to scheme. It'll advance the scheme. Means looking for a spell environment. And actually I should just put these up there. Actually first you shuffle the discard pile in, but that doesn't matter since it was the top card. Okay. Then we have 1 encounter card coming as well. It's going to surge. Remove 1 invocation from each spell environment. Well, need to heal again. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Avengers Mansion and draw a card. Go 1, 2, 3 for Mighty Avengers. We'll get built up a little bit. We'll flip to defense. Heal for 1. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's use Hawkeye or retire him to remove the toughness. Deal 5 damage with Giant Man. He gets +2 thanks to his text, but he won't get +2 anymore. And we'll draw 3. Yes, energy duplication synergizes with playing allies a little bit, but it really synergizes with everything because cost reduction is just good. It's just generally good, but that being her only ramp, most heroes have this, an energy. A resource generator of some type, so I don't think Spectrum is very good in solo, at least. Her versatility is not what solo needs. We need power. For the hero phase, we'll go Manipulation, discards a random card, and confuses Spectrum. And then we have an attack, which will go on Spectrum. No damage. Encounter card. Loss of control. Exhaust Monica Rambeau. You cannot change energy forms. Oh, so we have to keep this obligation until we can exhaust her in Alter Ego. Okay, so we have to stay in defense for the moment, which means no speed of light. For the hero phase, we'll draw a card. We'll go 1, 2, 3 for... No, we can't do that with Blue Marvel. We can just Gamma Blast. Put him into phase 3. Need to go find another spell. So I think we can still Gamma Blast, we just can't switch forms. So it says change to a Gamma Energy form and deal... the changing the form might be a requirement though. I'm not sure, so I probably can't do that until I can go to Alter Ego. So we're just going to thwart with Giant Man. And I like all these cards, I just can't use them right now. With the exception of Mighty Avengers, I don't really like that. But we'll use energy duplication to get out of Quinjet, at least. And then we'll flip to Alter Ego, power down, and draw 3. So 1 threat. Exhaust each upgrade you control and you are stunned. Doesn't really do anything exhausting those. Does do something exhausting those. Okay. Ebony Maw schemes for 6. And we got an encounter card, which is Blood to Spare. So we have to search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Black Order minion. put it into play. Yeah, not reveal it. So this Outrider is just fine. It's not a bad one. Then we get one encounter card. No, we already had our encounter card. It was Blood Despair. So we can move on to the hero phase. We'll probably need to heal. But I can't do that because I need to exhaust her to discard Loss of Control. So I'll flip to defense. And heal for 1. And then we'll go Avengers Mansion to draw a card. These Gamma Blasts are worth 14 damage. We can go 1, 2, 3 to play Blue Marvel. And change forms to, I guess, damage form. To deal 1 damage. We'll use Blue Marvel to deal 2 damage. We'll use Speed of Light to flip back to defense. Draw a card. And Quinjet should have gained a token. I want to save these Gamma Blasts. We'll get rid of Pulsar Shield. And we'll draw 3. So 1 threat. Purification. Exhaust each upgrade. Okay. We got 1 attack coming against Giant Man. And 1 encounter card. Which is another attack. That'll go on Spectrum. For 4, so 1 damage. So for the hero phase, we'll draw a card. We'll use Band Together to play Blade. Use Blade to attack for 3. Blue Marvel to attack for 3. Actually, Thwart for 3. They're buffed thanks to Mighty Avengers. And then we'll draw 2. So we got 1 threat, we got no spells in play, we got 1 attack on Blue Marvel. Give the villain a tough status card. And then we got 1 encounter card, which is Channeling Trance. Discard until a spell environment is discarded. Okay. So for the hero phase, we'll Avengers Mansion. We'll get out Stinger. Then we can use Band Together for 2 resources. And a Quinjet for Gamma Blast. I'll flip to defense, or flip to attack, deal 7 damage, plus 1 for the flipping. So which of these things happens first? We'll just use Stinger to get rid of the toughness. And then Gamma Blast and Gamma Form could deal 8 damage. We can use a Gamma Blast. Let's see. Do I want to use a Gamma Blast? I think I'll get a Blade attack for 3 with a Gamma Blast. And then we'll use Spectrum to get rid of her stun, I think. And we'll draw 4. Hopefully I can end it next turn. We got 1 encounter card. We got 1 threat. Invocation, 1 attack on Stinger. 2 encounter cards. Super Giant, who quick strikes for 2. And stuns again. And under fire, that's 2 more. Please don't kill me. The villain attacks. Blade. Shadows of the Past. Radioactive Man. Alright, can I kill him here? I think so, right? We draw a card. No, I can't attack without stunning. I shouldn't have been able to Gamma Blast last turn without removing the stun first, but I did it out of order, so it lines up where it's supposed to be anyway. But I can Quinjet to get War Machine into play. Do any of these have guard? No, we're all good. So 3 damage from War Machine. We can get rid of Spectrum Stun. And then Gamma Blast for 1, 2, 3. That's going to deal 7 damage. And that will end it. So I think that the Mighty Avengers did the heavy lifting here. That card is really good. Really, really good card. One of the best aspect cards or non-hero cards to come out for quite a while. Probably since before the 3rd cycle, the Galaxy's Most Wanted cycle. And that is a big boost to the leadership aspect. But there's nothing in Spectrum that takes particular advantage of it. Energy Duplication is nice ramp. But her versatility in solo makes her a little bit clunky to play. If she had been a hero who could change forms once per round like Ant-Man can, she would be much better, much more playable. And I don't know why she has this limitation that you can't do it like Ant-Man can. I think it makes her much worse than she would have otherwise been. But this has been a general trend that I've seen, at least lately, ever since Ant-Man really, is that heroes will often be very powerful but then be faced with some kind of limitation, like Groot's forced response or Venom's discarding to find a weapon instead of drawing it, Drax's 4 hand size in hero mode. It's frustrating. I think Spectrum could have been a lot of fun to play and one of my favorite heroes. If she could change energy forms once per round as her hero effect. But she can't, and as such, I don't think that she's very strong. But I do think that the new leadership cards are very strong. So they really kind of carried the day here with a little bit of assistance from Energy Duplication. But Energy Duplication is something that we see in a lot of different heroes in some form. So, thank you for watching.